Now, every year, students at the University of Ghana are faced with one major challenge, which is accommodation. Now, we're told this university takes over 9,000 students yearly in terms of admission. Now, this number is expected to go up. Of this figure, only 10% get access to traditional halls here. The rest have to deal with their issues, either get a private hostel or come from wherever they reside originally. In today's edition of the Citi Newsroom, we are looking at the issues, what the university is doing, the students' concerns, among others. I'm going to start by speaking to the students' leadership, the Students' Representative Council. Its president pick his thoughts about this troubling development and how they can play a role as major stakeholders to deal with this matter. Hello, welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you very much.
What is your full name?
My name is Isaac Ajiman, and I'm the SRC president for University of Ghana.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the challenges every year? I'm sure you've come to see this. You've been here for 3 years. This is your 4th year. The challenges with accommodation. What are your initial reactions to this challenge?
I think it is a crisis that calls for an immediate response. Over the years, we've had these issues, but at its peak is now. I think this year, over 11,000 students have been given admissions already. Within this admittance, just 1,900 people have already secured accommodation. And then we have influx of people moving in and out of my office, moving into the Dean of Students' office sometimes just to inquire on how they can get accommodation. This has caused quite a huge pressure on we as student leaders to even talk of the management as well. So this is a crisis that needs immediate response.
What role is the student leadership playing in helping to deal with this challenge?
Okay, so basically we've made available the information with regards to alternative accommodation around. That is Ashiashi, Otponglo, and Hacho. These are areas that are closer to the university. Of course, because of the challenges that are already persistent, we are looking at ensuring that students would get alternative means of housing within this period. But in the long term, the SRC wishes to continue. Under my leadership, we wish to actually proceed with the SRC hostel, which has been, which in terms of documentation and then progress, it has been on a halt for quite some time now. But under my leadership, I'm willing to actually take it up, and then already talks are underway to actually begin that.
Now, we know that there was some amount of levy that was being taken from the students for this project. Why was it halted?
Yeah, so at a point in time, I think it basically dealt with issues of accountability and mistrust. My predecessors 4 years ago halted the payment. 4 or 6 years ago halted the payment of fees of these levies by students. These levies were supposed to contribute to the building of the SRC hostel. But as it stands now, due to the issue, as I earlier mentioned, they had to halt their payment. But as it stands now, the monies are still in the account.
How much did you accrue?
Estimatedly, it is over $1 million.
Okay.
It is over $1 million. Yeah.
And how much, from the initial discussions we've had with stakeholders, how much would you need to put up one hostel, for example?
Okay, looking at the numbers and then as it stands now, there has been rapid changes in that regard. So I wouldn't want to be preemptive in terms of the pricing. But of course, we are working to ensure that the current rates meet the previous pricing that was initially earmarked for the entire project. Yes.
Yes. So moving forward, would you also push for students to start repaying this levy?
I think that this is a growing concern among students. It's either we take our destinies into our own hands or we risk actually we all moving out at a point in time from the University of Ghana. So this is a call to government, that government can do something to help remedy this situation. This is a crisis. I believe that by now we should have a discussion around how government can equally come on board, how the corporate Ghana can equally come on board to help salvage this crisis that I'm speaking of.
Now, most of private sector that will come in will definitely go for loans to put up these buildings. Somebody has to pay for it, and definitely the school has to pay for it, meaning the students, meaning they have to pay more for accommodation or for the fees that they are charged. Are the students willing to pay more to get accommodation?
I think that the baseline here is that there should be accommodation first and foremost. In terms of the price, and there are reasonability in terms of pricing. Obviously, we are on campus where the peg is normally on pen. Pen charges around 2,500 plus thereabout. So these are, I mean, along these lines, such private investors coming in would have to look at the pricing available on campus, not to charge outrageous prices, not, I mean, notwithstanding the fact that they are going to procure loans to put up these hostels. But these are interventions that they are bringing on board to actually help students. So I think that there would be a reasonability clause attached to their pricing on campus.
Yeah, I told some of your colleagues have gotten the rooms and they are selling them. Some are also involved in cyber security challenges around the portal. Are you aware of these reports?
Okay, I believe that these are speculative remarks. Of course, I mean, rumors around suggest these things, but you know, my office is a noble one. And then dealing with hearsays, I do not want to particularly, comment on these issues. But my intelligence committee head is on the ground trying to, ascertain the truthfulness and the authenticity of such informations such information that is going around. So obviously, I think today, right from here, I'm going to meet with the director of UGCS on the issue of the hacks that have also come to here. And then also with the other issues too, we would engage with management on that to find a middle ground as to how we can progressively, advance the interests of students. And then in the next effect is that we can also bring to a halt the whole challenges students face in terms of accommodation.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. So that's the president of the SRC giving us his thoughts on these challenges that we're seeing here at the University of Ghana with regards to accommodation. So I'm currently at Sabah Hall where some of the parents clearly stranded trying to get accommodation for their wards. They've been coming here since last week and a bit to get accommodation for their children. Authorities keep telling them the place is full, but they're eager to get accommodation. So I'm going to speak to two mothers who clearly are stranded with all that is going on. Mommy, welcome to Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
Mommy, also welcome to Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
Right. So how long have you been trying to get accommodation for your child?
Since Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday I came here, but I know that I'll get it.
Okay. So Tuesday when you came, what did they say?
Oh, they collect my forms and they told me I should go and come. So I think I will get it.
Okay. Have you done the registration and all that?
Yes, please.
Okay. And how much were you charged for the registration and the accommodation?
Oh, the accommodation is 8.5.
850 cedis.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And the registration is 50 cedis. Yeah. The registration for the course, yeah, is 50 cedis.
Okay. Did you register for the accommodation yourself or your child did that?
Oh, my husband did.
Your husband did. Was it difficult because there's a portal you need to put in your details and all that? Was it difficult to access that portal?
Oh,
You didn't have a challenge with that?
yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's speak to another mother. She has also been here since Monday. She doesn't even live in Accra, but because of this, she has had to come to the school just to help for her child to get accommodation here. Mommy, welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
When did you start coming here to help get accommodation for your child?
I was here on Monday. Then they told me that we should have done it online. Because of that, the place is full. So I decided to go back to Cape Coast and leave my boy here.
Okay, so you live at Cape Coast?
Yes, yes. Okay. So my boy is staying with the auntie. So today I decided to come and find out whether I can get a help to get a place for him to. Because from where he's staying and the school is far.
So he's living far away from here. He was also living.
And we have to enter by 3 cars before we get to the school.
How is it feeling like dealing with all this, thinking things would have been smoother and then having to deal with this?
When I was coming, I thought that as soon as you arrive, you will get accommodation so that everything will be okay. But sitting down here, I'm even feeling bad.
it looks like your hopes are a bit dashed. You're not sure you get through. When you spoke to the authorities, did it look positive or it looked negative?
They are saying that the place is full.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know what to do.
We understand there are some hostels going for 3,000 and 2,000 and all that. Will
We
we?
can't afford. We can't afford.
Wow, so that's obviously a very visibly worried mother speaking to me there about the difficulty in even getting accommodation for the child here at the University of Ghana. So we'll be speaking to more people affected by this troubling situation and bring you more. You're watching the Citi Newsroom. My name is Vivian Kailuko. I'm coming to you from the University of Ghana, where we're looking at the current accommodation challenges. School has reopened, but most people are finding it difficult to get accommodation here. Stay with us.